Well, I guess that's another week down, huh? Hi, I'm Jared, and you're watching Shin Culture, where we take a look at life through the eyes of a weeb. These eyes, in particular. I'd give y'all like a vloggy update type of video just to let you know what's been going on. Kind of do a little chill video about the nerdy stuff that I've kind of done. Don't forget to like, subscribe. That notification bell thing apparently is a cool thing to do as well. If you would really like to do that, that'd be really cool and show a little support. Also, you can follow me on Twitter or X. Honestly, like this week's been kind of low key in a lot of ways because we had like Thanksgiving, uh, another one of those good old American holidays. Kind of really just did that. So had like dinner and stuff with family, which is always cool. Of course, then you had like Black Friday stuff. I didn't really do any Black Friday sales. I didn't get up or go anywhere because honestly, we exist in the world of the internet and I know how to use Amazon. I did get a new figure in. I'll pop up like some pictures over here of it. It was the bunny girl Makima from Chainsaw Man. Really kind of cool. Really tall. It actually didn't fit in my display case. It's kind of upset. So I had to put her somewhere else. Oh well. That's laid plans, huh? Through the week, I did watch like most of the weekly anime that I've been keeping up with, which is like Doctor Stone. Seems like it's getting close to the end. I don't really know where it ends and how it ends or anything like that because I never read the manga, but it does seem like it's getting close to the overall end. I could be wrong. Again, I'm not very informed. I do enjoy it though. Of course, I did watch Spy Family. They're on the boat. I love the boat arc. It's really kind of fun, entertaining. If you haven't watched Spy Family, definitely check it out. It is one of the nice, wholesome things that's out there, and it does have some kind of good action every now and then, but nothing too insane. Something you could watch with the family. Watching Tokyo Revengers, the third season, I guess. It's Tokyo Revengers. I enjoyed the first part. I'm just kind of in it till the end. Now, check it out. It's not bad. I'm not gonna go a day without watching like my favorite thing at all this that's been out this whole season, which is Jujutsu Kaisen. Am kind of a fan of it like a lot. I really, really enjoy it, and I really love the Shibuya incident. I've been reading the manga, and I know where it's going, and part of me is like, and then I have friends that are just watching anime, and I'm like, I can't really talk to you about this, but it gets even more hype. But if for some reason you're not watching Jujutsu Kaisen, watch it, catch up. It's just that good. Another thing I actually watched at the beginning of the week, actually, I think it was like the end of the last week and then the beginning of this week, was Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. Scott Pilgrim as a movie is like one of my favorite movies ever. I can't decide if it's that or Fifth Element. Those are my top two. Just they're just there. And I read the comics. I have them all somewhere. Are they graphic novels? Whatever. But the Scott Pilgrim Takes Off or the Scott Pilgrim anime, I was kind of blown away with it. I thought it was just going to be like a closer interpretation of the graphic novels, but it obviously didn't go that way and went into a very, very different direction. I was talking to some other people that watched it, and I called it the rebuild of Scott Pilgrim, and it kind of like dawned on them, like, oh, it is just kind of like a new game rebuild. And I highly suggest you watch it if you haven't, especially if you're a fan of Scott Pilgrim. Highly recommend. Highly, highly recommend. I do tend to read a lot of manga through the week. Well, sometimes I do. Sometimes I barely read any. If I did actually go through kind of a lot of my backlog. It, I did get Spy Family Volume 10, read that. Do enjoy the chapter that kind of goes into Twilight's backstory. I mean, if you're on the fence about Spy Family in any way, watch the anime, read the manga, it's all good. Also read like I guess it's volume 8 of Kaiju number 8. Uh, Currently there's no anime or anything of this. I know it comes out sometime next year. I do enjoy overall the story of it because it kind of focuses on an older protagonist. This particular volume actually deals with some of the side characters a little more, and they're learning how to use the special weapon armor things that they have. And the last bit has some stuff with the main character who finally decides he needs to learn how to fight instead of just relying on his monster powers because they kind of mess with him. Do you recommend the series overall? You don't have to start with number 8. I would start with number 1 or wait for the anime, but do enjoy it a whole lot. Also read the last volume of My Hero Academia Vigilantes, so it's like volume 15. It's the final volume of Vigilante story. Did overall really enjoy the story. I definitely think this deserves an anime at some point in time, and hopefully they do it and not just like a movie. Like they could do this as like an off season, like in between normal seasons of My Hero. Give us this in a couple seasons, it'd be great. I would really like to see it. Also, recommend Vigilantes a whole lot. Better than normal My Hero, honestly. Apparently, I read a lot of manga this week. I also got through volume 33 of Black Clover. Is it volume 33? Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm good. Which this one basically wraps up the arc that they were in and then goes into the next arc, which is the final arc. Not really, I don't want to do spoiler things because I know some people only watch the anime and none of this is really in the anime. But I do, overall, I do like the manga. Would recommend reading it over watching it. I know the anime is currently out, but this is a lot farther than what it is. It's Undead Unlock Volume 13. It's kind of the end or the beginning of the next major chapter overall of the story. Not really arc. I mean, yeah. But this is like the lead up to some of the major events. It's not necessarily covered in this volume, but it should get covered in the next one. If I'm not incorrect, which maybe I am, but within the next couple volumes, like something really major happens in the story. I do know that. And it was just, again, solid lead up to it. Highly recommend you to either watch Undead Unlock. If you don't want to watch it, you can always read it or Sun Shonen Jump app if you're really good. Starts off not the strongest start off, let's be real, but does pick up and gets better and better over time. And some sumo guy. Another thing that I read earlier this week was Record of Ragnarok Volume 8. It has the beginning of the Shiva and Raiden Tomiyamon fight. The fight's kind of cool, but it also starts leading into a subplot with Buddha, which I just enjoy the way that they even drew Buddha. Stay away from the anime on Netflix. It's awful. Finally, the last thing that I read this week, actually, I finished it a little bit before I started recording this video, is Oshinoko Volume 4. I actually watched the anime. It's on my list of to get around to it one day. I'm just, you know how it goes. Continues the story that takes place after the reality show and kind of focuses more on the idol group getting formed in their first performance, and you have Aqua being Aqua, and kind of some of the more dark elements that just kind of go on with this. Really looking forward to where it goes. I have no idea. I just read them as they come out in volume form. But do you recommend? I mean, I hear the anime was really good. Check it out if you haven't. All right, so that's like all that I read this week. Oh wait, well, I almost forgot about this, but I did read the latest volume of Jujutsu Kaisen. It's 21. They're still in the Culling Games, which is not anything you're gonna see animated anytime soon. Brings in, everybody's like favorite guy, Akari. It's pretty dope. And so like I went through all this week. It's not necessarily normal lately. Normally I do like half this, if that, maybe 1 or 2 volumes. But it's just been kind of an easy week to read stuff. I have a bunch of other stuff backlog that I need to catch up with. That was all like the super weeby stuff that I've been into. I do other things, surprisingly. I kind of decided to watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which I guess falls under the whole geeky category because let's not talk about my age. Never really watched it. I always wanted to, and I just never did. I did catch an episode here or there as it was airing. I remember watching the last episode, but that was about it. Somewhere in season 1 on that. I think I'm almost done with season 1, and I'll just kind of get to it as I do. Oh, I did watch The Crown, which kind of confuses me that I even like the show because I could care less about the royal family or a royal family or kings or queens. I think the whole idea of a monarchy is really kind of dumb in this day and age, but it's whatever. But I find the show fascinating. I don't know. I would recommend it. It might be catch you, it might not. I don't know. I just kind of deep dive into it. The last show that I kind of am embarrassed that I even going to talk about is Sister Wives. I've been watching the show forever. It's like my guilty pleasure reality show. I just down into it. I don't even understand why, but it's just I just can't not watch it. They're terrible. It's really terrible. I apologize for wasting your time bringing it up, but it's pretty good. Last thing, I did buy Mario or Super Mario RPG, the remake for the Switch. I've only played a couple hours on it, but brings back to the little bit I played of it on the Super Nintendo back in the day. I never beat it, never had it. I look forward to sitting down and playing it more. It's just having time to do it, honestly. All right, well, that's basically been my week. Hopefully, when I do another one of these this next week, I'll have gone through a lot more manga. I'll play more Super Mario. I might have watched more stuff. I might have actually gone through my anime backlog instead of just watching weekly things. I don't know. We'll just have to find out next week. But before you go, if you haven't already, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell thing. You can follow me on Twitter or X. I guess I'll catch y'all later. Peace.